The Integrity Series, Episode 1, Face Yourself. I believe that integrity is crucial to a happy and fulfilling life, one where you can be proud of yourself and who you are. I think without integrity, that is made very difficult. Without integrity, we still may have success. We may still be okay, but there is an emptiness there. A self-betrayal, knowing that you're acting out of alignment from who you truly are, from who you want to be, for who you were called to be or made to be. This causes our character and integrity to erode over time because we are constantly betraying ourselves, because we are constantly moving against the current that we are actually meant to follow. It is my firm belief that if we allow our integrity to actually guide our steps, to guide our decisions and choices, we gain enormous clarity, enormous direction, and we learn more about who we are as individuals. This reliance on integrity as our guiding light for decisions and throughout life also leads us to lasting peace, because ultimately we're following our values, our beliefs, and what we hold most dear. We're valuing and we're following our non-negotiables, not just what is either convenient or that everyone else is doing. This integrity-led life will actually grow you into someone that you're proud of being, into the person that you're proud of becoming, growing into, and expanding upon. Because ultimately, you aren't betraying yourself anymore. You are fully adhering, fully aligning with who you truly are at a core level, at a ground level. Anything else other than that is a betrayal of self. Because of the importance that integrity has on people in guiding their lives, in the fact that it can solve so many of their issues, I wanted to make a series on this because it is paramount. It is crucial. Whether you are young, whether you are old, it is never too late to grow your character, to follow your integrity, and become someone you're proud of, to make the decisions that maybe you were too scared to make back in the day or previously. But now, even if there's backlash, even if there's friction, you're able to follow your integrity. And that's going to make your life so much more fruitful and easier deep down, because even though it might be harder on the surface sometimes, even if it's maybe moving uphill, you're not betraying you anymore. That's crucial. So I wanted to make a series on it, and I wanted to break it down into a few different levels. So this is episode 1, Face Yourself. Face yourself, honestly, truthfully. Nothing in between. If you're able to do this, you are able to identify your blind spots, the things that have tripped you up in the past, the reasons those things have tripped you up in the past. Potentially even generational issues, stuff that has gotten in the way for your family. It might even uncover things that you don't know why they affected your father or your mother or your family generations back. And somehow you're running into the same problems. It could be something to do with particular relationships. The fact that you put this person on a pedestal and then before you know it, you're actually compromising yourself at your core, not compromising what you like to do or compromising these things that happen in relationships. You compromise not yourself, you compromise things for the relationship, but it's never who you are as a person. It's never your morals. It's never your integrity or character. If you do face yourself honestly and truthfully, you are able to uproot these things, to identify these issues, and then heal and grow out of that. You're able to take it down to your foundation and make healthy soil so that you can grow exponentially from it rather than trying to build on rocks. If you're not able to do this and you're not able to be fully honest with yourself, you will continue to hurt, potentially even more so, because ultimately that's who you're hurting. You're hurting you. You're pretending that these issues don't exist. You're letting them grow instead of your character and moral fiber. You end up hurting indefinitely, and so do those close to you, because you all experience the same person that's out of alignment, that doesn't like the decisions that they're making or who they're becoming. What are your blind spots? Think back to the situations where you have compromised yourself, compromised your character or integrity, making decisions that you are really, in hindsight, very much not comfortable with. Or perhaps at the time, you weren't comfortable with the decision, but you made them anyway. There was something that led you to make those decisions despite being in opposition, despite being out of alignment, knowing that it was wrong. You made them anyway. What caused that? Are you aware of what caused that? If not, this is a blind spot. This is something that you don't realize how you get to where you went, if that makes sense. You don't realize how you got to where you got to. One thing led to another, you made a couple of decisions, and then suddenly you've compromised that thing again. You go, man, how did I do that? How did I get there? These things are really important to uncover because it could be our unconscious. It could be those things that we're just not aware of, but we're acting out of alignment with those things. We're not aware of what's making us do it or what's pulling us towards it, yet we end up there consistently, or at least in these situations consistently. What are the things that you justify that are actually in total misalignment to your core, to who you are? These are the things that we keep compromising. These are the things that we don't know why we do, what we choose to do, because ultimately it's all personal choice. And we're making the choice to go against our interests. Some of these things come down to self-belief. Self-belief of the idea of who we are, who we've been told we are. Oh, you're not that great at math. You're not a relationship guy. You're not that way-minded. Those sorts of things can take a toll on a person. And we may not realize that we've believed them ourselves. That we start believing them, we start putting that ceiling on us, that boundary. And then sooner or later, we can't get further than that ceiling because we've kind of boxed ourselves in by someone else's words, by beliefs that we came up with long ago. And eventually it becomes part of our unconscious identity. The other thing is fear of man, fear of being left out, fear of being different, fear of not being included, or fear of persecution. These things can also dictate people's decisions, particularly nowadays. They've always been there, but now persecution is a lot more vocal. Persecution can also be really vicious and completely ungrounded, but it can still exist. That is something that happens, and that can be something that we don't know why we feel afraid when we go to make a decision. And then we make a decision against maybe our interests or our passions or who we are in order to do the right thing, not rock the boat, be accepted, or just not be as ridiculed. Sometimes our moral considerations can fade when decisions are framed differently. Sometimes these ethics can fade because the moral reasoning has changed. For example, if everyone's saying you need to do this because it's the right thing to do because you're going to help your fellow man, but you know that it's against your beliefs, who you are, you know that what's being told to you isn't the full truth, and you make that decision, everyone's been telling you it's the right thing to do, and you get all this positive reinforcement if you do it. But if you do it and it goes against you, you're the one who gets hurt. Yes, you followed the crowd. Yes, you did something that everyone else told you that was right, but your compass, your integrity inside told you it was wrong. These sorts of things can build up over time, and we don't know why, why did I go along with that? There can be that pressure, be it internal or external. Sometimes people can justify going against their character and integrity as well. They put the ownership, the accountability on someone else. If someone makes a mistake and you swoop up and take advantage because of that mistake, you can justify it because they made the mistake. That's on them. Someone gives you the wrong change at the cafe, you get a coffee, you pay $5. It's not $5 anymore, which is wild. But you give them a 10 and they end up giving you a $10, $12 change, something like that. They give you more change back and you go, if their mistake, I can keep that. It's those sorts of things where you realize you're like, oh, why did I do that? I know that's not right. It's those sorts of things where we go against our character and what we talk about because we've outsourced the accountability. We've outsourced the ownership. Yes, they made a mistake. That's on them. But you realize that mistake and you could do something about it. That's on you. That's a small example of going against your character and your integrity. But these things add up. And these reasons can be there, whether it's for a small thing or a large thing, a major decision or a minor decision. What's hurting you right now? If you know you're hurting, and if you know that this is talking to you, this is an important stock take to do. Identify why, where, and how these things are hurting you. Uncover them all. Be explicit. I feel crap when. Write down the things that you know are hurting you, the feelings that you have about yourself, and then start reverse engineering. Start with the feeling that you're feeling. Man, I don't like who I am right now. I don't know why I keep compromising myself. I don't know why I keep saying yes to things I know aren't right. Then work your way back. Why am I saying yes to that? What are the pressures around that? Are they from anyone else? Are they from me? Does this tie into something my parents said? Does this tie into an identity that I believe? What else is tied to that? There might be many behaviors and decisions that you make that are shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm with these things. Because it's often not just one. It's often several. And things multiply. Doing this will also show you more about yourself and your true identity. To know this is to know you. You can fully accept yourself and also want to change things that hurt you. We don't have to be delusionally positive and go, no, I'm perfect the way I am. No, I'm fine. I'm fine, but I could be better. You're fine, but you could be better. We're all a work in progress, and that's the point of this. Wouldn't you want to be more of who you truly are? Deep down, getting rid of all the debris between you and your character and in your integrity so that you can truly know yourself. Awaken to what you do want. Awaken to what you want for yourself, for who you want to be, for how you want to act and speak, whether it's you alone or whether it's in a crowd, whether it's under no pressure or immense pressure. Identify what you do want. Identify who you want to be, who you want to be known for, but ultimately who you want to know yourself to be. Awaken to the decisions you know deep down that you want to make in the future instead of the ones you've chosen in the past. It's okay to regret things. It's okay to learn from those things because ultimately, if we just regret them and we never learn from them, we may do them again. Odds are we will, and that's not great. That's just treading water. It's just standing in quicksand and slowly sinking. Take complete ownership of everything. Mistakes, failures, good and bad. Take full responsibility of your life. This is a hard one for many people. We make wrong decisions. We make bad decisions, dumb decisions. We've hurt people. We've been hurt. But ultimately, it's all us. It's only us that can do something about it. We're not to blame for all these things. Odds are you're not to blame for everything. Odds are things have happened to you that suck, that were painful, that hurt you, that may have traumatized you. And those are horrible things. And those are things worthy of being dealt with and of being healed. But if we don't take responsibility for what we do next, we will stay stuck. We will stay hurt and we will stay making decisions that put us in total conflict with ourselves. Ownership and accountability is a healthy thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's an empowering thing. Anything less than that, we give our power away. We give our power away to circumstance, to luck, to fate, to people that may not even know that you've given it to them. And even if they did know, can't do anything about. They can't change your mind. They can't change your character or integrity. They can't change your hurt. They can apologize. You can apologize for things you've done. But ultimately, you can only do what you can do. You can only fix you. You can only heal you or grow you. People can help, But ultimately, it's personal decision. You can decide to do nothing. Or you can decide to go, you know what, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do everything I can. Face yourself. Send this to someone who needs it. I think the world could benefit from integrous people coming together and helping one another. Not to blame, but just to help build up. So we can all sort out our crap. So we can all heal and then grow higher, stronger, and better than ever before. It's not an impossibility. This is something very possible. Growth happens. Healing happens. And when we follow our compass of integrity, great things happen. We back ourselves and we're proud of ourselves. And we become the men and women that we would want to be. So I want to encourage you to do the same. Check out the other episodes. You might find something you like. Check out my school group of Christian men wanting to lift each other up. I'll have another community up soon, working on these sorts of things. If you want to work with me, hit me up. Check out the description. Take care.